Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have installed that our React router DOM and also with our browser router and how can put some of the route and into the route area, how can load some of the elements page. I hope it's very clear to you. So now friend, in this video, I want to put that links. That means I want to create some of the menu and from one page to another page where I want to redirect. And as I told you before, React as a single page application, that means when that will be redirected to our one page to our another page or page that should be not loaded, right? So let's do that work. For doing this, I want to do into the component. Okay, into the component, better I want to create another new file and I just name that file as a menu. Okay, this type of one of the JSX file I want to create, and also I want to create another functional component as a menu. So into the menu area here, first job is I want to do in .dev, that means our parent element. Into the parent element area, I want to load one of the UL and I want to load one of the LI, and into this LI area here I want to load that our link. So that will be also comes from our React router DOM, and you can see it's also supported. There is a React router DOM as a link, and there have also another one as a NavLink. So you can use that link, you can also use that as a NavLink. So I will also cover both of this with you. So first of all, here I want to use that as a link. So when you use that as a link, and you can see automatically now that is inputted that link, and that is actually comes from to our React router DOM. Right here is successfully loaded. So now into the link area here, I want to simply close it. Okay, after that here I want to close it. So link is started, link is ended. So into the link area, in our which path here you want to pass, you can pass it by the to. So that is your to property, and into the to property area here you have to assign it like which type of things that I want to make it as a home page. That means that will be as a slash, and here I name that our menu name as a home. So now I want to take another two. I simply take another two. One will be for the about, because I have already created another page as the about and contact. I also name it as a contact. So that is our home page. For the home, that will be our slash, and for the about I have already defined that our path will be as a slash about. Now into the menu area, I want to add that as a about, and also another path will be as a contact. So here I want to update as a contact. Okay, so that is actually our menu. So now I want to add this menu in our particular all the pages. Then for our all the pages, this menu should be display. So if you want to do this work, like if you go to our home, okay, into the home, after that here I want to simply load that this component as a menu component. So if you want to load it, what exactly you have to do, that will be as a menu. Right, so that is a menu, and you can see that is a menu component. So I simply support it. There is an input menu from to the component and menu. Right here, I want to simply support it, and also in our another page like as a about page. So into the about page area, I also want to load that our menu. So that will be the menu. I simply import it. So that is also successfully loaded, and also there is another contact page. So before that our text, I want to load that our another component as a menu. Okay, menu, and that is a menu is successfully loaded. I hope friend at that point it's very clear to you. Here I successfully loaded our another component that I have created. So into the component area, I have already loaded that our menu. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go and I want to go to that our home page, okay, into the home page you can see it's now successfully loaded. That is our home, about and contact. It because of all here in our home page, right? Into the home page I have already loaded that our menu component, and that is our component total data, and that is the menu is visible. So right now here I have also updated that our path. You can see that is for our home path, that is for the about as a slash about, and that is for the slash contact. Now if you click as a about, you can see without loading that page directly, it's now redirected to our another page, and now that is successfully visible as a this is about page. And if you go to that our contact page, yes, you can see it's now successfully redirected to our slash contact, and when that will be as a slash contact, here I have already loaded that our element as a contact page. Simply understand all that basic things, friend. That will be very important one of the part, because link is very important one of the things, right? Here we have to actually add multiple links for our different pages. So that's how that link actually work in React.js. Okay, so here you can see successfully loaded our contact, and for the contact page I have also updated that our menu. So there is a menu components. For the reasons in our contact page, our menu is also successfully visible. Now go to that about page, go to that our home page. Everything is working without refreshing this page. But here one of the issue, like here when you redirected to our home page to the about page, you can see that is not selected. If you go to that our contact, so that is also not selected. So if you want to get this type of one of the functionality, when that will be as a contact page will be as a active, and when you click it as a about, then about page should be as a active. Okay, so here if you want to add this type of one of the functionality, you can do this functionality with using that NavLink. So let's do that work. I also want to share that things with you. Here I want to go to that our menu again. Before I have used it as a link, right? So now I want to use another one. Okay, here better I want to take another li. I take another li, and into this li area here I want to load another NavLink. So that will be as a nav. Okay, NavLink. So that is a NavLink, and this NavLink also should be transformed to the React router DOM. Now if you click as a enter, and you can see NavLink is successfully loaded. That is also transformed to the React router DOM. So now I want to close it. NavLink is closed, and into this area our process will be same. Here I want to make it as a 2, and 2 will be here our home page. Okay, that will be for the home page, and I just name it as a home. Okay, home. So now I want to replace it. Okay, I want to replace it link to the home, and here right now we don't need it. I want to remove it. So that will be also as a NavLink. I want to make it as a and NavLink and NavLink. Okay, that is successfully updated. So before I have already discussed about that link, and now I want to show you how NavLink actually executed, and you can see when that will be not executed, it's automatically as unhighlighted. Okay, so right now our highlighted part as a NavLink, which is actually comes from to the React router DOM. Now if you click as a save all, and now again I want to go to that our home page, and if you go to and I want to check it in the home page, you can see there is a home, about, and contact. So our process and execution is successfully happening, but here our active inactive is not executed. So that is the navbar also working with another two of this property. One is the is active, and also another is the is pending. So now with these properties we can actually manage our active or inactive functionality for our menu. So let's do that work. So if you want to manage it, in that case we have to do, I show you, like here in our SRC before I have already created as a assets folder, and now into the CSS area I want to create on the new CSS file, and I just name it as a style. Okay, style.css. Okay, sorry, CSS. Now this type of one of the style file I simply created, and here I want to call another property as active. So that will be as active. That is another class I want to do, and to load it as an active item. And for the active item I want to use one of the color. Okay, that will be as a color, and now I want to use it as a green color. Okay, so I make it as a green, which is fine. And also for the pending I want to take another class as a pending. Okay, that will be as a pending, and pending item, I want to do here, I want to use it as a color. So that will be also as a color, and color I make it as a red. Okay, so that will be as a red. So here I simply call two of this class. One is the active item. For the active item I make it as a color will be as a green, and for the pending item I make that color that should be as a red. So here I have created one of the new style file as a style.css, right? So now here we have to also include it. We have to include it in our main file. Our main file in React.js, our which file? That is our main.js. Right? So before here, as I told you, when that will be executed, that is the first component is loaded from our main.js, right? So that is very important one of the file. So in here I want to support that our style. Then you can actually access this style for every pages. Okay, so that is a style.css that I have created. Now here I want to import that will be as an input. And now here I want to add that our file, that is the style css that I have created. So now I want to simply access it. So after that will be in our assets folder. So into the assets folder I have created as a css folder, and that is our style css. Okay, so here when you support it, then this file you can able to access it all over our total project. Okay, so that is actually our main JSX area. You have to import it. So now here I want to use our, that is the two of this class. Okay, here both of this class. Now I want to access it in our name, that means in our menu JSX. So now into this menu JSX area, okay, here after that our neighbor, I want to call our class name. So if into the React.js, if you want to call some of the class, what exactly you have to do, that will be as a class name, right? So into the class name area, first things I want to do and to create on the array function. Okay, here if you want to create some of the array function, that will be our array function. I want to simply call it. Okay, here I simply call that our array function. Okay, so into the array function area here, as I told you, neighbor actually provided two of these properties. One is the is active. Here I want to call it as the is active property. You can see that is actually is active property. So here you can also use some of the ternary operator, like here I want to put one of the inline condition. Okay, that means is active condition. When that will be as a active, I want to put this condition. Okay, that means here after that, when that will be as is active, after that I want to simply pass it. When that will be as is active, if they have an is active, okay, then I want to call that our class. Our class name will be which one? In our style I name it as active item. So now that will be as a active item, and this active item, that will be display as a active item, and else it will be display our another one name, I name it as a pending item, right? So now that will be display as a pending item. I hope it's very clear to you, friend. Here I simply call one of the ternary operator. Here that is our one of the is active actually provided from to our NavLink. NavLink actually provided this type of one of the two of this property. One is the is active, another is the pending. So here now with this is active, I put one of the ternary operator inline condition. So is when that will be as is active, then that will be added our active item class, and that means here when that will be as an active item, our color should be as a green, and else it should be as a pending item class, right? So when that will be as a pending item, that means that will be displayed as a red. Great. So friend, that's all you have to do. So now better I want to update this class. I copy it here, I want to also apply it, and also here I want to apply it. Okay, I want to apply the same things for our rest of all. Okay, now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go to that our page, yes, you can see right now we are into the about page, and you can see now that is become updated as a green. If you go to that our home, now home is active, and that is the reasons home is become green. If you go to that contact, right now we are already into the contact page, and our contact menu is become green. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. Now friend, in our next video, I want to discuss about in our here, I have used that our React router DOM browser router, right? As I told you, that have also another component as a hash router. So how can you use some of the hash router, and also what is the difference between that browser router and then hash router? In our next video, also I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.